What did you do the moment you woke up this morning? Did you jolt upright the second your alarm went off, throw back the covers, and jump straight to your feet? That single reflex one. Most people repeat every single morning without a second thought. Maybe placing your brain under dangerous, invisible stress. Today, you are going to learn why, and more importantly, what to do instead. Here is a number that should stop you cold. Large-scale research analyzing over 11,800 stroke cases from 31 independent studies found that the risk of both ischemic and hemorrhagic stroke is 49% higher than expected between 6 in the morning and noon. That is not a coincidence. That is the direct result of a predictable biological storm that erupts inside your body the moment you wake up. During sleep, your body is in a state of calm equilibrium. Blood pressure drops to its lowest point of the day. Heart rate slows, and stress hormone levels bottom out. The instant your brain registers waking, that equilibrium shatters. Your sympathetic nervous system fires into full activation. Cortisol and adrenaline surge simultaneously. Your heart rate climbs, blood vessels contract, and blood pressure spikes sharply in a matter of seconds. This phenomenon is called the morning blood pressure surge. During this transition alone, the cardiovascular load on your heart jumps by approximately 40% compared to resting levels. A major cardiovascular research team followed elderly hypertensive patients over several years and found that every 10 mm of mercury increase in morning systolic blood pressure surge elevated stroke risk by 22%. Patients whose morning surge exceeded 55 mm of mercury showed significantly higher rates of multiple cerebral infarcts and stroke events compared to those with lower surges. These are not abstract statistics. They represent the cumulative damage of a daily habit, repeated hundreds of times each year. When you bolt upright out of bed, you add an additional layer of pressure change on top of an already stressed cardiovascular system. Overnight, your body loses fluid through breathing and perspiration, making morning blood thicker and more prone to clot formation. As blood vessels contract during waking, any clots that have formed during the night can break free and travel. Your brain vessels, which are thinner and more delicate than vessels elsewhere in the body, are especially vulnerable to this combination of forces. For anyone with hypertension, diabetes, or sleep apnea, this risk multiplies significantly. 5 foods, supported by research, can meaningfully reduce morning blood pressure surge and protect your vessels. First, potassium-rich foods such as bananas and avocado dilate blood vessels and help the kidneys flush excess sodium. A well-established nutrition study found that people with high potassium intake had 12% lower total stroke risk and 16% lower ischemic stroke risk. Mornings are particularly effective for potassium intake because kidney sodium excretion function is most active early in the day. Second, fatty fish including mackerel, salmon, sardines, and anchovies provide omega-3 fatty acids that keep blood vessels flexible and reduce platelet clumping. Consistent intake of around 3 grams of omega-3 daily has been shown in clinical research to produce meaningful reductions in systolic blood pressure, directly addressing the morning surge environment. Third, beets contain dietary nitrates that the body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that widens blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. Clinical studies have observed systolic blood pressure reductions of 4 to 5 mm of mercury with regular beet juice consumption. For a hypertensive individual, that reduction corresponds to roughly a 10% drop in stroke risk. Fourth, oats and their beta-glucan content lower harmful cholesterol, protect the inner vessel wall lining, and blunt blood sugar spikes that can amplify sympathetic nervous system activation in the morning. Fifth, dark leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and broccoli deliver a combination of potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Diets rich in these 3 minerals have been associated with systolic blood pressure reductions of 8 to 14 millimeters of mercury in controlled dietary studies. Here is your 7-day morning reset plan. On days 1 and 2, focus exclusively on how you wake up. When you open your eyes, stay flat on your back. Take 10 slow breaths, then gently stretch your limbs while still lying down. Roll onto your side, sit on the edge of the bed for 30 seconds. And only then stand up. This 30 to 60 second transition dramatically reduces the steepness of your blood pressure curve. If you have a blood pressure monitor, record readings at 5 minutes and 15 minutes after rising. On days 3 and 4, make hydration your first act. Drink roughly 200 milliliters of lukewarm water immediately after waking. Cold water can stimulate blood vessel constriction, so lukewarm is ideal. This rehydration step reduces blood viscosity and lowers morning clot risk. Add 1 banana or half an avocado to your breakfast to boost potassium. On days 5 and 6, apply 3 practical recipes. Recipe 1 is a blood pressure oat bowl. Cook 50 grams of oats in 200 milliliters of water for 5 minutes. Then top with half a banana, a handful of blueberries and a tablespoon of crushed walnuts. This delivers beta-glucan, potassium, omega-3, and anthocyanins in a single bowl. Recipe 2 is a beet and spinach smoothie. Blend 50 grams of beet, 1 handful of spinach, half a banana, and 150 milliliters of water. The nitrates and potassium combine to begin widening your vessels within hours. Recipe 3 is an omega-3 vegetable rice bowl. Flake leftover grilled mackerel or salmon over brown rice. Add lightly sautéed spinach and broccoli in olive oil and season lightly without added salt. This delivers omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and potassium together in one complete meal. On day 7, compare your notes. Many people notice reduced morning headaches, less dizziness on standing, and a calmer heart rate within a single week. Maintain the routine for 30 consecutive days, and the structural benefit to your vessel health becomes measurable. One critical safety note before you go. This information supports prevention and healthy habit formation. It does not replace medical treatment. If you are currently taking blood pressure medication, never stop without consulting your doctor. Anyone with a systolic blood pressure consistently above 150, a prior stroke, or diagnosed cardiovascular disease should design their morning routine in direct consultation with a healthcare professional. High-dose omega-3 supplements may thin the blood and require extra caution for anyone on anticoagulant therapy. Individual responses always vary, and professional guidance should be sought when in doubt. Starting tomorrow morning, just try one thing. When your eyes open, do not move for 10 seconds. Breathe. Look at the ceiling. Those 10 seconds are the simplest, most powerful thing you can do for your brain vessels. If this video helped you, please share it with someone who jumps out of bed every morning. Giving them this information may be the most meaningful health gift you offer them all year.